UFC Fight Night, Tsarukyan versus Hooker. Here's my experience.
I see my haters proud of me now. When I'm around, it's all smiles. I took over my whole town.
Kick this card off, I give this card a solid 9 out of 10. This was a really exciting card from top to bottom for the most part. The first fight of the night was pretty bad, so we're not going to talk about that. But the second fight of the night, we had Narilo Alaviev. I know I probably butchered his name, versus Shamrock. And this man, Alaviev, was able to just butcher this man, Shamrock, on defeat, which was very surprising. I did not expect that. I think Shamrock didn't expect that either. As he said, I was able to stop the takedowns, but I wasn't stopping them blows from hitting my face, which is a very accurate description of how the fight went. But what did you guys think about Aliev's performance? Let me know. Following that fight, we had Ismail Nardiev taking on tough winner Ryan Loder, and this man Nardiev was able to go out there in the first round and put Ryan Loder lights out. I think Ryan Loder might be one of the worst tough winners in recent years, but this absolute finish was absolutely crazy, and I can't wait to see what Nardiev does next, as I will be watching. Following that fight, we had Alexandre Topuria taking on Mr. Bekset Almakhan, and this man Topuria was able to just keep the pressure on Bekset the entire fight and kept him on his back foot. Yeah, he had a couple shots here and there, but outside of that, Topuria was absolutely dominant this entire time, and Topuria is looking like a very legitimate brother to Ilia Topuria, and I can't wait to see what he has next, because the skills look like they transferred to him too. Abdul Rakhmahan Yaniev taking on versus Rafael Sakura. I'm pretty sure the walkout lasted longer than this fight. This man Yaniev was able to run through him like it was absolutely a hot knife through butter, and this fight looked like it was a mismatch on paper, and it looked like it was a mismatch inside the cage too. I'm not really sure who this man Abdul Rahman gets next, but I will be entertained because he looked like he likes putting people out cold. Following that fight, we probably had the comeback of the night. We had Mr. Azu Amalabayev taking on Alex Perez. Azu Amalabayev, at worst, at the absolute worst, it might have been 0-2 for him, but I think it was 1-1 going into the third round. But that didn't really matter, as he was able to secure a standing guillotine choke on Alex Perez after missing the uppercut, and that finish was a beautiful sequence. And I cannot wait to see who Azu Amalabayev has next. His record in the UFC so far has been nothing but a lot of dangerous guys, and I cannot wait to see what he does in 2026, because I think he could possibly be fighting for a title by the end of it. Following that fight, we had Nicholas Dalby taking on this man right here. Not going to pronounce it because I tried multiple times and it just did not come out anywhere close to what it looks like. And this man, Nicholas Dalby, was able to put on a crafty veteran performance, as he was able to just take the life out of him, and he was just there. He looked like the UFC was a big time jump for him, and he looked like Nicholas Dalby was a little too much for him in the entire time, and Nicholas Dalby was able to get the split decision win. In the prelim main event of the night, we had Mr. Luke Riley taking on Bogdan Grad, the highly touted prospect. Luke Riley making his UFC debut, and it looked like at first he was going to get wrestled the entire time. Bogdan Grad was able to just have him down there and secure him on the ground, and he hit him with some clean shots when they was on the feet. But the start of the second round was where it all came together for Luke Riley, as he was able to land a left hook that absolutely floored Bogdan Grad, and he was able to finish it up with ground and pound. Luke Riley is looking like the next Cage Warriors champion to come over and dominate, and I cannot wait to see who the UFC gives him next, because I think he's going to have a great 2026. Opening up the main card, we had a UFC returner in Kiori Horiguchi taking on Tagir Ulanbekov, and this man Kiori Horiguchi put on an absolute beating on Tagir Ulanbekov. Ulanbekov's corner said that he would never drop that much weight again, or he would never cut the same way again. Not really sure how much that affected his fight, but Kiori Horiguchi looked really good in this fight, and I can't wait to see who he gets next. I'm pretty sure he's going to get a number of contenders fight next, because Alexander Pantoja said he would like to fight him, and Kiori Horiguchi obviously would like to fight for the belt. So that fight, I feel like, will be a very good one if we can get to that point. But I do think Kiori Horiguchi needs one more fight, and I think he should get somebody in the top 5 next. What do you guys think? Let me know. Following that fight, we have somebody taking a fight on 2 days' notice going across the world. We have Mr. Waldo Cortez Acosta taking on Shamil Gaziev, and this man Waldo Cortez Acosta probably had one of the best runs in heavyweight this year. I mean, coming in on 2 days' notice and absolutely starching Shamil Gaziev in his home area. It doesn't get much better than that. He's ended 2025 on a very high note, and he is starting 2026 on a very big note, as he has just now been booked against Derek Lewis at UFC 324, and that fight is going to be absolutely massive. In that fight, we have Mr. Mikatek Orabai taking on Jack Hermanson. No, I probably butchered his name, but Mikatek Orabai was able to find the button on the back of his ear or on the side of his ear and absolutely floored Jack Hermanson. They met in the middle of this fight. Orabai coming up from 155 to 170, and Jack Hermanson dropping down from 185 to 170. And it looked like Orabai is in his natural weight class right now. Jack Hermanson looked drained. I mean, that shot absolutely put him out. Would it have done it to him at 185? I don't know, maybe, but I think he should move back up. I don't think dropping that much weight is good for somebody this late in their UFC career. But what did you guys think about Orabai's performance? Let me know. Following that fight, we have Mr. Volkan No Time Ozdemir taking on Alonzo Menifield. This man, Volkan Ozdemir, lived up to his nickname, No Time, as no time was wasted as he finished Alonzo Menifield with a beautiful flurry of punches up against the cage. Looked like Alonzo Menifield just couldn't escape, and the punches just kept coming. And as they kept coming, it looked like they was going with power and more power and more power and more power every single time until they finally connected, and Alonzo Menifield just couldn't stand no more. This man, Volkan Ozdemir, I don't know who he gets next, but I think he's gonna run for a UFC title shot in 2026. I think he gets somebody in the top 5 next, and if he's able to win that, why not give him another title shot? What did you guys think about Volkan Ozdemir's performance? Let me know. In the co-main event of the night, we had Mr. Ian Gary taking on the former champion Bilal, remember the name, Muhammad. And Ian Gary looked damn good in this fight. I think he stopped every single takedown attempt that Bilal Muhammad tried to get him, and he just looked faster than Bilal Muhammad on the feet, more technical than Bilal Muhammad on the feet, and he just couldn't do anything with Ian Gary on the feet. And it is what it is. I don't know what Bilal Muhammad does next. I mean, that's 2 fights in a row, one of them being the championship and one of them being de facto number 1 contender fight with Ian Gary, where he was pretty much outclassed. If this fight was 5 rounds, does it look any different? Maybe. I don't think so. Not that much different. But what do you guys think about Ian Gary's performance? And do y'all think he gets the next title shot at 170? As there is a lot of there's a big logjam at 170 right now. As there's a lot of really, really fun fighters, a lot of good killers in that weight division. Michael Morales, Carlos Prates, Leon Edwards just got knocked out. Former champion still up there. Kamaru Usman is getting talked about for a title shot. So I don't know what 170 is going to do. Y'all let me know how y'all will matchmake it. In the main event of the night, we have Mr. Arman Tsarukyan taking on Dan Hooker. In this fight, Arman Tsarukyan proved that he is the number 1 contender in lightweight. Even though the UFC doesn't see it that way, this man absolutely ran through Dan Hooker like a hot knife through butter. It looked like he had no answer for Arman Tsarukyan's wrestling. He went down there as soon as the fight started twice, and he was able to get the 2nd round finish over Dan Hooker. He probably ran through Dan Hooker easily than a lot of people thought he would. I thought it would be a little bit of a fight, and it wasn't. This man, Arman Tsarukyan, was very, very dangerous, and I don't know why they keep disrespecting him as they're putting on an interim title fight with Justin Gaethje and Paddy the Baddy. Arman Tsarukyan ready. I don't understand it, but it's not mine. I'm going to be watching anyway on Paramount Plus. That's going to be a fun new adventure. And yeah, what did you guys think about this fight night? What was your biggest highlight of it? What was your biggest surprise of it? What did you guys think about the fallout of it? Let me know down below in the comments. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Bigger people, peace.